Football playoff teams are no big surprise. Everybody had Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State. And it is easy to put Notre Dame in over Texas A&M. They both have one loss to great teams, and Notre Dame had better victories. But here's real news. Dabo Swinney, your boy, voted undefeated Ohio State, the team he will play in the semifinals, 11th in the coaches' poll, 11th, behind 3-loss Florida, 3-loss Iowa State, Georgia, Cincinnati, and Coastal Carolina, among others. Wilbon, why on earth would he do this?
Because coaches have agendas. And some let those agendas show, your slip is showing, son, more than others. There was a very famous coach, I'm not going to name him, very famous coach who once said to me when we were talking about the difference between the AP poll, which is pretty much the media poll, and back then the other poll, Tony, the UPI poll, was a coach's poll. And this coach, a Hall of Fame coach, one of the great coaches of all time, looked at me and said, never pay attention to our polls, son. I was probably 23, 24 years old. I was trying to figure out the difference. Never. Because we have agendas. I don't even vote. I let my sports information director vote, which a lot of coaches do, or did, because he's going to give an honest assessment, and I am not, because I have grudges, and there are people I hate, and there are programs I hate, and there are people I think who cheat, and I'm never voting the way you should vote, so never pay attention to our poll. And that is the first thing I thought of when I heard Dabo Swinney and where he voted them.
That's interesting. I mean, I thought it represented what coaches in the SEC and ACC have been saying all year, that the Big Ten doesn't play enough games, and so they should not even be in. But I would say this. I understand Nick Saban voting for Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M at number 4, because that's the conference. They're in that conference. Dabo Swinney voted for schools way out of his conference. It's such a provocative act to me. Yeah. And I also, by the way, I think it's stupid in the way that I thought what Brian Kelly said before he even played Clemson, when he said, we may not even go to the playoffs if they don't let parents in. And you want to say, really? You're lucky to get in. Why don't you shut up with that? So I didn't get this.
But you know this. You get this. There's way too much listening to coaches. Yes, we quote them. It gives us something to talk about every day. You're also on in the morning with your own podcast. We need stuff. We need material. We need content, which is the new word. But Tone, coaches have agendas. And by the way, the coaches you name, they've got their Southern agenda. They don't want the Big Ten in it any year, if you ask me and you're asking me. So that's part of the issue.
I didn't ask you,
here.
But I will if you'd like.
You did ask me.
Here's the deal. The committee has kept that spot open for Ohio State all year long. They are an unbeaten Big Ten championship team. But what we don't know, and a lot of it is based on what we saw against Northwestern, who played very, very well. We don't know how good Ohio State is. We don't know. We're not sure about Ohio State in the way that I think we're sure.
We're not as certain about Ohio State as we are other schools. I'll give you that.
As Clemson and Alabama. Yeah. As Clemson and Alabama.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.